Howdy folks, this is Cody from GameCan.net with you once again. Today we're going to be looking at a little Quest 64. Now, I had a little bit of help from Lore. While he's not with me on the audio portion of this game, he's actually controlling most of the footage you'll see here. I did a playthrough, but I really suck at this game, so I had him play it for me. Gave me a chance to watch it, figure a few things out, and actually have gameplay footage that you folks can watch and not think a total moron is playing. Because to be quite frank, I'm a total moron. Alrighty, so what kind of wonderful powers does Brian have anyway? Shooting a fireball? In most RPGs, isn't that like the first spell you learn? Heck, even in D&D, that's a relatively low-level spell. You're throwing fireballs before too long. But, whatever, apparently to this old man, if you can call him an old man, I mean, look at that. But apparently it's a cool spell to him, so whatever. Considering this game was made to compete with Final Fantasy VII, we'd assume it would at least be comparable. You know, have a lot to do, a lot of characters, a lot of different weapons and items and spells, adding a lot of variety. Probably have great music, some interesting characters, plot twists, good guys becoming bad guys, sissy boys worshipping their mothers, you know, that sort of thing. Well, we got a sissy boy worshipping his dad in this game, but that's about as close as this game gets to Final Fantasy VII. The graphics in this game aren't that good, especially when you consider they're supposed to be 64-bit. They're pretty much on par or worse with Final Fantasy VII, which, actually, no, they're worse than Final Fantasy VII's. Look at this little freak. His alfalfa hair. He looks like Quail Man from Doug. Oh god, I hated that cartoon. Oh my Lanta, this game is awful. I want you folks to know that I did several takes of this video, and I actually had to bring in Lore to do most of the gameplay because this game is so bad that it angers me and depresses me. I could not come up with usable material at all when I was playing it because I was so mad at just how bad this game is that everything I thought was rage. There was nothing funny at all. I just saw red. Look at this little freak. Oh my Lanta. This is definitely a bedroom. Why are his cheeks rosy? I guess the movement of his legs, the fact that they're moving that quickly, I don't necessarily know that Final Fantasy VII could have done that. At least in their in-game graphics. That being said, pretty much everything else graphically about Final Fantasy VII is superior to this game. And yes, I do remember how bad Final Fantasy VII's graphics were. This is the first somewhat decent thing I can actually see about this game. The town looks pretty good, all things considered. I mean, doesn't have a whole lot of people in it. These trees are awful. This was another thing Nintendo 64 did a lot of. Put sprite graphics in a 3D world. No matter what direction you were walking from, it always looked like you were walking towards it. It's almost like a Mode 7 trick. Just put the sprite in the center and have you rotate around it. Now, this guy's name says it's Kane, but I am not seeing any dragoons or vampires here, so clearly this is false. Hellhounds. In every other game, you're fighting these closer to the end of the game. Apparently it's cool and edgy to have tough monsters at the start of the game. It's kind of like in Final Fantasy XIII, when one of the first battles you fight is with a behemoth, a foe you normally don't fight till the last quarter of every other Final Fantasy game ever. It's not edgy and it doesn't make the character seem unusually strong or cool. Sorry, Brian and Lighting, a level 1 bad guy is a level 1 bad guy. Gotta love how the physical attacks from a mage, who also happens to be a kid, are doing as much damage as his actual spells. Against a beast from hell, no less. Stupid Brian and his stupid hair. Well, it's certainly true I don't care for modern RPGs as much as I do classic ones. The greatest innovation in modern RPGs is doing away with random battles. Random battles are the worst. Random battles after the 16-bit generation are inexcusable when you consider the entire point of the random battle was limitations in the hardware of earlier systems. I am so glad the random battles are dead. What is with this little hedge that circles around Brian? Is he essentially a medieval bubble boy? He can't take more than 3 steps out of this thing. Considering this game was made to compete with the Final Fantasy game, and Nobuo Uematsu, probably the greatest game composer of all time, did music for that series. This music is so bad, I would be embarrassed to have this in a B-rated Game Boy game, let alone direct competition for Final Fantasy VII. With your designs isn't a good thing. Well, folks, I'm afraid this is about as much of Quest 64 as I can handle. I am very close to just throwing this game out the window. I've had to do multiple takes of the gameplay and the audio for this because this game makes me swear more than just about any game I've played in recent history. And honestly, we're trying to keep these videos relatively clean just because we want everybody to be able to watch them. And I can't play this game and not be foul-mouthed. This game angers me to no end. This game makes me want to I have my hands on my desk. If I were the Hulk, I would flip this desk over just to This game angers me to no end. I don't know how anyone ever thought this game could have competed with any of the Final Fantasies. I don't know how anyone could think this game could compete with Final Fantasy VII. This game doesn't compete with the worst Final Fantasies. I mean, I don't like Final Fantasy X at all, and I beat that game. I don't like Final Fantasy XIII at all, and I played that game for a heck of a lot longer than I played Quest 64, and it involved considerably less swearing. Considering I bought this game specifically for this video, I can't help but feel I've wasted my money. I will probably never play this game again, and if I do, I'm going to be dragged kicking and screaming the entire way, and it's probably going to involve Lore and Wang strapping me into a chair and supergluing this control into my hands, well, toothpicking my eyes open to make me play this horrible abomination. I cannot even... I am trying so hard not to swear here, folks. I have done so many takes, I have sworn so many times that I can't, it's just wasted material. I can't use it. The controls on this game are wonky and weird. Brian controls weird. The story is non-existent. The characters are non-existent. Brian literally exists just to be something to control in this world. The entire point of finding your father is just a reason to send him out into this world. These monsters make no sense. I just want to strangle Brian. Everything he does infuriates me. This is a franchise that I'm glad never got off the ground. Considering this game was supposed to be competition for Final Fantasy, mind you, Final Fantasy, when it was good, is an insult. This game isn't a competition for Final Fantasy now. Final Fantasy VII is better in every single way. Anyway, folks, I've raised my blood pressure enough. I cannot handle any more of this game. Honestly, if anybody out there likes this game, please let me know why. I want to know why. I want to understand how this game was supposed to compete with Final Fantasy VII. Please comment below. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me I'm an idiot. I mean, heck, I am an idiot, but I don't think I'm being an idiot about this. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this, folks. Remember to visit us at GameCan.net. Please like this video, subscribe if you did like it, and as always, thank you for watching.